Hello everyone, I'm Hasnat Khan. Welcome to the presentation of COVID-19 trade analysis. As you all know, COVID-19 has become a pandemic, hindering many lives all over the world. So my analysis will focus on COVID-19 data taken from public health sources. So from this presentation, we will be able to understand if the USA government has been taken the proper measure to curb the COVID-19 case and the death rate, or they should be taking more measure to curb the death rate and the cases. To give you an idea how the COVID-19 affecting in USA, I will show you some charts. This is the executive summary. There are some KPIs and a map chart and some tables, one table. So from the KPI, you can see the total death rate as of today is 559K. And there are 31 million people who are tested positive during this period. The highest death found is in California, which is here. You can see this by the bubble. And the highest death rate by cases is in Massachusetts. So this is the map chart, is giving you the overall view what is happening right now. The size of the bubble represents the total death number of each states, and the color of the bubble, deeper the color, means the highest death rate by cases. So from here we can see California, Texas, and New York has the highest number of people died in all over the United States. But the deeper color are found in New York and some part of this eastern part, which means highest death rate by cases are here. This table here represents the number. So as you can see, California has the highest death. It can be seen here as well, but it doesn't show you the number. It's 59,993 as of today. In the next slide, I will show you some of the measures that US government has taken to curb the cases down. In this table chart, it shows the relative openness of states. The more mean means more open, and the more less mean means more closer, like restriction is higher. In other words, you can say the darker the color is, the more restricted the states were, and the lighter the color are, it means the more open the states were. From this table, we can see in May, beginning of the May to the June beginning of the June, the most states were kind of restricted or locked down situation, but they became more open from July, August, and so on. So in the next slide, I will show you the death trend over the period of COVID-19. So in the previous slide, we saw until May or beginning of June, there was restriction or lockdown in some of the states, not all, some. After the restriction, the number of deaths went down a bit, and it was fairly steady until October, and it went up again dramatically until this January. And from January, there was a sharp decline of the overall death rate. And in the end, April, we have seen so far, as of today, 7,000 people died in April so far. And this is just a overall view how the death trend will be over the 3 months period as of today, from today. I'll take you to the next slide. It shows you the death trend by cases. I have made it as a percentage. So over 100 people, how many people died? As you can see, in January 2020, the death percentage was 5.88, which is pretty high. The highest death rate was found in April. At the time the lockdown was taking place until May and June, and the death rate went down very dramatically, and it was steady as of like death rate. And as of today, it went very low from 1.50, which means in 100 people, only 1.5% people may die due to COVID. So which is a dramatic decrease from 6.85 to 1.50. What is the reason behind it? Let's dig into more analytical view. This will tell you most of the story. So why it is happening? From January 2020, the COVID-19 has been spreading in USA. And as you can see, the death rate, which represented with this gray bar chart, was pretty high. And it went down in the middle of the year, but it was increasing from November, 39K, 41K in December, and it increased again in 97K. But here is the thing. In January 2021, the vaccination started in USA. So the vaccination, when it started, you can see that the death rate is also decreasing when the vaccination is increasing. In January, there were a few people got vaccinated, but in February, there are more people got vaccinated, and the COVID-19 cases were significantly down from 97K to 65. And in March, it went down again to 65 to 38K. And as of today, in April, it went to only 7K. So 97K to 7K, it is like 90% decrease in overall death rate, which is dramatically decrease of death rate. So we can see how the vaccination is affecting the death rate. Even though the case is high, but the death rate is significantly, to me, in USA has done a very good job. Their measure is working pretty well. They have decreased the death rate sharply. So I don't think that they have to take more measure to decrease the death rate. The way they are going is working pretty well. Everyone should be vaccinated. And to stop spreading COVID-19, everyone has to be vigilant. They have to follow the protocol. Also, some of the recommendation that every people of USA should be considered. Not them, I mean, everyone should be vaccinated. They have to wash their hand frequently, maintain the safety distance like 6 feet, wear masks wherever, if they are going into any closed premises, and stop touching their nose and mouth, and cover their mouth when sneeze and nose when sneeze. Stay home if they are feeling not well. If they have any COVID-19 symptoms, they should talk to their doctor. Yeah, and this is the reference page where I collected most of my data from. And thank you very much for watching my presentation. If you have any question or concern, feel free to ask me. I will be happy to answer you. Thank you very much. Take care.